practice, I am going to get you guys to start off just by lying down, grabbing anything to make yourself comfortable. You can lay your hands on your stomach, lay them so your palms are facing upwards towards the sky, bringing energy in, or laying your palms down to the ground, allowing yourself to ground. Whatever you feel you need right now is what you can do. So while you're lying here, I'll just explain. I know this was not the way we were expecting semester 1 to be ending. I was originally supposed to be teaching this yoga lesson in person to the class this last week, but obviously with lockdown that will not be happening, so I decided I would film the yoga lesson and it can be uploaded to your classroom. This yoga practice is something that you can do obviously in the comfort of your own home, wherever you feel the most comfortable, whichever space you feel the most you in. For instance, I am doing it in my bedroom right now. Just somewhere where you can really just allow yourself to relax completely, calm your mind, focus on your breath with no distractions, just you and your breath. The focus of this yoga class is to open up the hips. What I have learned, and I have learned this for many years, is the hips are like our junk drawers. I know everyone most likely has a junk drawer, whether it be in their own room or somewhere within their house. Just that drawer that's not organized whatsoever. That's what the hips are in the body. The hips are the junk drawers. They hold all of the negative energy, the negative thoughts, everything in there. That's why there's always a lot of stress on our hips. There's always a lot of pressure on them due to the fact that it holds all this negative energy. So with opening up the hips, that's allowing us to release the negative energy out into the world, let go of it, and bring in the good energy and the positive energy, allowing us to create space for that positive energy. That's why hip opening classes are one of my favorites, because it allows you to open up your hips and just have like a very free mindset while doing it. So with that, I am going to have you guys slowly open your eyes, and we are going to continue laying on the ground, and I am going to join you. And we're going to be moving into supine tree. So I know you've had a couple months off of yoga, so you're going to be lying down, and you will be bringing your right leg up in and bringing the sole of your foot into your left inner thigh. So opening up your right hip, having your knee facing outwards. Again, hands can be on your stomach, to your side. You can have them above your head if you have enough room. I will hit my door if I do this. And just relax. And I want you to focus on your breath. Inhale through the nose, feeling the air travel through your nostrils, filling up your lungs, and right into your belly like a balloon. And as you exhale, feeling it exit your stomach, through your lungs, and out through your nostrils. And just continuing to focus on this breathing pattern. Really allow yourself to relax here. Taking 3 more breaths in this position. And slowly lengthening your right leg. And on your next inhale, bringing your left leg into your inner right thigh. And again, just allowing this hip to open. You may feel it more in one side than the other. I know I feel it more on my left side than I do on my right side, and that's completely normal. Just means you're holding more pressure and more stress in that hip than the other, and that's why we're using this class today. And again, taking a few more breaths here. And on your next exhale, bringing your left leg out and lengthening it. Just giving yourself a good stretch here. And we're going to slowly come up to seated. And we're just going to be moving into bound angle. So sitting on your sit bones and bringing the soles of your feet together and opening up those hips. You can start to flutter your knees like a butterfly or just stay still, whatever you feel you need. Listen to your body here. That's what's most important. Yoga isn't about being perfect. It's about allowing yourself to just feel what your body truly needs and working with those needs. So if at any point in this practice you get a little bit uncomfortable or the pose is causing you pain, just move into a child's pose and just wait there until we move into the next posture. And slowly you're going to be lengthening your left leg out in front of you and bringing your right foot into the inner thigh, and then just slowly bending forward, or folding forward, not bending forward. And you can look at this posture like this. As you inhale, you lengthen, and as you exhale, you soften. And then slowly coming up, bringing your left leg in, extending your right leg, and again, coming back down into that posture. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften. Bringing that in and moving over into tabletop. So on all fours, making sure that your hands and shoulders are in line with each other, as well as your knee and hips. Keeping a flat back. And then slowly moving into cat and cow. So as you inhale, dropping your belly and looking up towards the sky. And as you exhale, curling your back bringing your head underneath. Inhale, dropping the belly, looking up. Exhale, curling the back and dropping the head. Doing this 2 more times. And then coming back to tabletop on your next inhale. And you're going to be slowly bringing your legs behind you and shifting forward into cobra. So making sure to keep a little bit of a bend in your elbows. Just looking up. And then from here, moving into up dog. So lengthening your elbows, bringing your knees up off of the ground, curling your toes underneath you, pushing up, hips back into downward dog. I'm just going to have you staying in this posture for a couple of breaths. You can start to wiggle or move your legs if you feel you need that little bit of movement, or you can just stay still. If you are pedaling your legs, slowly coming to stillness, and we're going to move into the downward dog to plank flow. So as you inhale, you're going to be shifting forward into plank. Exhale, pushing your hips back, coming into downward dog. Inhale, moving forward into plank. Exhale, hips back, downward dog. Doing this 3 more times. Following your own flow of breath. And when you're back in downward dog, I want you looking at the space in between your hands, and you're either going to step or hop forward and come into your forward fold. Keeping your feet hip distance apart. And on your next inhale, you're going to slowly bring yourself to halfway rise. Resting your hands on your knees, flat back that you had in tabletop, and looking down towards the ground. And as you exhale, coming back down into forward fold, and inhale up to mountain. So now that you're in mountain, you're just going to stay here for a couple of breaths. We're just going to move into 2 half sun salutations. So as you inhale, bring your hands up above. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. And doing this once more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, all the way up. Once you've come back to center, you're going to be moving your hands down to prayer. And we're going to be moving into tree pose on your right side. So, keeping your right leg grounded to the ground, making sure all the different points in your feet are touching the ground, and slowly going to be bringing your left leg up into your right inner thigh. Ooh. If you need to hold on to something, that is okay. And again, the goal isn't to be having your leg all the way up this high. You just don't want your foot resting on your knee. So if you have your foot resting down here, perfect. Right here, perfect. Or if you can get it all the way up, that's awesome too. And hand in whatever position you'd like. Finding your focus point, something that isn't moving. And then when you're ready, just bringing your foot back down to the ground. And from here, we're going to be moving into crescent lunge. So, again, staying on your right side, we're going to be bringing our left foot forward, making sure your toes are curled underneath of your right foot, making sure that your knee is not going over your left toes or your front toes, and then bringing your arms up and above. Staying in this posture for a couple of breaths. Sorry about that. And then slowly bringing your arms out to your sides and bringing your back foot parallel with the short end of your mat, and then creating a little T with the heel of your front foot and the little arch in your back foot coming into Warrior Two. On your next inhale, we're going to be coming into reverse warrior. So laying your back hand on the back of your back leg, and then bringing your left arm up and above, looking up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, moving into extended side angle, resting your front foot on your front knee, bringing your back arm up and above. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Doing this once more. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. And then coming up to Warrior Two. And then from here, on your next inhale, you're going to be slowly rotating your foot back so your toes are curled underneath, coming back into your crescent lunge. Arms up above. And then when you feel you are steady enough, you're going to push up with your back foot into your Warrior Three. Remembering that your Warrior Three, you're grounded on your left leg, and you're bringing your right leg out back and hands in front. If you feel you're slowly losing your balance, you can just come back to the ground, ground yourself, and then come back into this posture. Slowly coming to mountain, bringing yourself down. Inhale, exhale, pushing back out into your Warrior Three. And then this time you're going to come up a little bit straighter, still keeping your right foot off of the ground, grabbing it with your right hand, grabbing your right foot with your right hand, keeping your left foot out in front, and again tilting forward, coming into dancer. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And release. Coming into your mountain. Now before we do that all on the other side, I'm first going to have us come into goddess pose. So, bring your feet a bit wider than hip width apart, and having your feet turned at a 45-degree angle. And you're going to create a bend in the knees. So you're coming into a squat, keeping your butt tucked in, and hands in prayer posture. And just breathing. And on your next inhale, coming back up, bringing your feet in, coming back into mountain. And now we're going to be grounding our left leg and moving into tree pose on the left leg, but lifting our right leg. So, making sure you're grounded. Slowly lifting your right leg into your left inner thigh. Hands in prayer pose or above your head. I'm going to do above my head this time. And again, finding that focal point, something that's not moving. It can be a book, it can be something on your dresser if you're in your room, or I look at my floor because I have a lot of little different spots on my floor. So I just look there. Ooh. And slowly bringing your hands down. And on your next exhale, bringing your leg down. And now, bringing your right foot in front, keeping your left foot behind, we're moving into crescent lunge on the right side. So, toes curled underneath your back foot, making sure your knee is not going over your front toes. And again, lifting your arms above your head. And on your next exhale, bringing your arms out to your sides, bringing your back foot so that it's parallel with the short end of your mat, bringing your feet so then they create a T with each other. The arch of your back foot should be lined up with the heel of your front foot. Coming into Warrior Two, looking out at your front hand. And inhaling, coming into Reverse Warrior, bringing your back hand towards your back leg, front hand coming up overhead, looking up towards your ceiling. Exhale, moving into Extended Side Angle, bringing your front foot onto your, or not your front foot, your front hand onto your front knee. Back arm coming up above your head and looking up to the ceiling again. Inhale, Reverse Warrior. Exhale, Extended Side Angle. Doing this flow 3 more times, following your own breath. Remember, you're doing this in the comfort of your own home. Just do the pace that you feel fits you best. If you want to go slower, go slower. If you want to move faster, move faster. Whatever you feel is best for you. Doing this one last time. And on your next inhale, coming up into your warrior two. And just staying here for a few breaths, getting a nice little leg workout. And then when you're ready, we're going to be moving back into our crescent lunge. So bringing your back foot so your toes are curled underneath your back foot. Making sure your hips are squared with the front. Again, making sure the front knee does not go over the front toes. Arms up above. If you feel you need to shift yourself at all, take the time to do that. I know I definitely need to a little bit. There we are. Please remember, once we stay here for a couple breaths, we're going to be moving back into the warrior three posture. So once you're ready and once you feel you're grounded, pushing off with your back foot, coming into your warrior three, I'm going to hit my door if I bring my hands out in front, so I'm going to bring them behind. And just staying here for a couple breaths. And slowly bringing yourself down into mountain. I'm going to move myself back a little bit because we're going to come back into your warrior three. So just pushing off with your left foot, coming onto your right, grounding with your right foot. Slowly come down, but keeping that left foot off of the ground, grabbing it with your left hand, and coming into your dancer. Staying here for 3 breaths. And releasing, coming into mountain, shaking that all out, and coming into goddess again. So again, bringing your legs wider than hip width apart, making sure your feet 45-degree angle, and creating a small bend in the knees. Again, keeping your butt tucked in, hands in prayer pose, and just staying here for 3 breaths. Slowly coming up out of your goddess, bringing your feet so then they're facing forward, and we're going to be coming into a wide leg forward fold. So just staying here and slowly folding at the hips. If you feel you want your legs wider or closer together, you can move them, and just bringing your hands down to the ground and just lying here. Making sure all of your muscles are just relaxing here. If you want, you can grab opposite elbows and just sway front to back, side to side, or just stay still, whatever you feel your body needs. And inhaling, slowly bringing yourself up to standing. Bringing your feet in, coming into your mountain pose, making sure feet are hip distance apart. Palms opening, facing forward, standing tall. We're just going to be moving into 2 of the half sun salutations. How we started is how we're finishing. So, as you inhale, bringing your arms up above. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And doing this once more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. In, exhale, bringing your arms down. So now we're going to be moving back into downward dog. So we're just going to exhale and come into a forward fold. And slowly walk your hands out, coming into your downward dog. Again, you can pedal your feet here if you feel you need that little bit of extra movement, or you can just stay still. However you feel your body wants to move is what you can do. Again, focusing on your breath. And if you are pedaling your feet, slowly coming to stillness, we're going to come down onto all fours. Bring your knees down to the ground and moving into child's pose. So you can do a wide leg child's pose, so moving your knees out so they're around the width of your mat and slowly bringing your hip bones down, resting on the heels of your feet and bringing your head down to the ground. If you feel you want a little pillow for your head, you can make one with your hands just by laying one hand on top of the other. Or you can have arms out in front. Staying here for 3 more breaths. Allowing your body to recharge. And on your next inhale, slowly bringing yourself up to seated, sitting down on your seated seat bones. And we're going to be moving into half Lord of the Fish. So what you're going to want is, from being seated here, what we're going to do is we're going to extend your left leg out in front of you and bringing your right leg, crossing it over your left, and then bringing your left arm to the outside of your right leg and twisting towards your right side. And making sure to breathe. And on your next inhale, slowly untwisting the front side of, or the top half of your body, and then untwisting the bottom half. Now bringing your right leg out in front, we're going to be bending our left leg up towards the ceiling, crossing it over your right leg, bringing your right arm to the outside of your left leg and twisting towards the left side. And then again, on your next inhale, slowly untwisting the top half of your body, and then untwisting the bottom half. I don't know why I keep on saying bottom, but now we're going to be moving into a wide leg forward fold seated. So bringing your legs wide out in front of you, and then again, slowly just folding at the hips. And again, you can think of what we were doing at the beginning. As you inhale, you're lengthening, and as you exhale, you're softening into the posture. Staying here for 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly bringing yourself up out of the posture. We have 2 more postures left until moving into Shavasana. One posture being boat. So what we're going to be doing is keeping your knees up and facing the ceiling, slowly shifting yourself back onto your tailbone, and as you're doing this, lifting your feet up off of the ground. If you feel most comfortable just having your legs parallel to the ground, then you can do that, having your hands behind your thighs or out in front of you, or you can move your legs straight up. We're only going to be staying here for 4 breaths. Keeping that chest open. And on your next inhale, slowly bringing yourself back down to the ground. And we're going to be doing this one more time, but for 3 breaths. So again, shifting back onto your tailbone, bringing your legs up, keeping them where they're feeling most comfortable, as well as your arms, and breathing in and out. And again, slowly bringing yourself back down to the ground. For our last posture, we're going to be coming to lay down onto our backs, and we're going to be doing knee to chest. So bringing your knees into your chest, hugging your arms around them. And you can rock side to side, giving your back a nice massage, or just stay still. Whatever you feel your body needs for your last posture. Staying here for 3 more breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing your legs down and lengthening them, coming into your Shavasana. At this time, you can grab whatever you'd like to create a comfortable space for your Shavasana or rest period. While you're doing this, I would like to thank you for joining me in today's hip opener lesson. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a good end to semester 1 and a great start to semester 2. Take as long as you need in your Shavasana posture. But I would like to say, Namaste. I hope you guys have a good, awesome day. Thank you again.